You're watching another Supercharged Masterclass with Jordan Samuel Fleming. Your opportunity to learn the ins and outs of Podio design and development from one of the top Podio partners in the world.
Hey, it's Jordan Fleming here with another Supercharged Masterclass. Now, today I'm going to dive into a very simple thing that can make your Podio day-to-day use a hell of a lot easier, and that is how do you put a reporting widget on a workspace home screen. Now, why would you do this? It's very simple. Whether you're using Podio for project management, sales, communication, whatever it is, you're going to always want some sort of reporting about what's going on. In this case, what I'm going to show you is how to create a very simple report on the smartphone communications app to show how many communications each agent has had this week. We're going to drop that on the workspace home so that when I visit the workspace, I'm going to see a set of reports that give me a snapshot into what's going on. Let's dive into Podio. Okay, so here we are in Podio, and I am in a basic CRM workspace. You can see I've already got some widgets here. I've got some explanation text, I've got a logo, and I've got some reports here. These reporting widgets show me the things that are happening, give me a snapshot. So how do we create a new one? Very simply, I'm going to go over to the app that I want to create a new one from. There are multiple ways to do this, by the way. I find this the easiest because it gives you the exact data you want in a very simple way. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to filter the data in the app you've gone to for the exact data you want to be in this report. So I'm going to say, give me all the ones that were created on this week, let's say, current week. So this report's always going to show all communication items from this app that were created on this week. And you can see, as this is only a demo system, they're the two I made this morning. Now I am going to go over here and click the Create Report. And now, a couple things to note about this. First of all, if you've never done these before, you can choose to either count or calculate. Counting essentially counts the number of items. Calculate will actually do the math as relating to a number field on the item. So I have probably duration, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't have many number fields, but it's really useful. For instance, if you're tracking sales or profit, etc., you can calculate the profit across a bunch of items and get a gross or an average, etc. In this case, I simply want to count how many records are happening. Now, the next thing is, well, how am I going to show it? Am I going to show it? Hey, are you using Podio to manage your real estate investment business? Wait! Click the link to find out why thousands of real estate investment professionals are using Podio Plus smartphone to make more calls, send more text, and close more deals. Click the link. Just on its own as two, or am I going to say break it up to show, well, the actual, for instance, call owner. So this is, in this case, which of my users, show all the users and break them down across that. You can do this for pretty much anything. I mean, you can, it can be very, very useful to be able to separate out these reports by any number of either category fields, relationship fields, etc. In this case, I'm simply going to do it by the agent because I want to know, hey man, I want to create a report that says this week, how many communications has this agent dealt with? Now you do have the options to add line charts and bar charts, etc. I am not always a fan of this because you can't get multiple values, and I think sometimes they don't do a great job of showing you the kind of information you need, but you can play around with those. You can order by the values, whichever, whether alphabetical or the values or anything like that. In this case, I'm just going to go for the simple table report that'll show me everything, and then I'm going to click next. Now, I got to give this report a name because I'm going to need the widget to have a name. So I'm going to say calls, this week calls by agent, let's say. I'm going to call it that. And I'm going to say comms. So, if you want a unit, so you can say, messages or whatever. In fact, I'm not going to put anything in the unit right now because it's a combination of text and calls. If you filter it down further and just show the text messages, you can say messages, etc. And then this is the critical bit, save to. App Reports saves it into this where these reports are. Your homepage is the page that you actually log into when you log into Podio. And of course, the workspace homepage is going to be this workspace's home, which is where, for this video's purposes, we want to put it. So I'm going to select that and save report. Takes me back. Now, the one pain that this always brings in is, of course, it then reorders all my bloody dashboard. So I tend to just add all the reports I want and then configure it as I want. And of course, to configure it, I can just start moving things around and, bring all these things back to where they're supposed to be. But for the purpose of this video, we can now see we've got a widget on the workspace home, which shows me this week's calls by agent. It's a really, really valuable tool to use across your workspaces to give everybody who comes to that workspace a snapshot of what matters, right? Whether you're showing reporting, performance, activity, it doesn't really matter, but it gives a really great opportunity for everybody to see the same data. It's definitely something I recommend you check out. And it's something I use in my own Podio system. I have a homepage set of widgets that show me everything: how much money we were on track for that month, communications needed, tasks that needed. All those things gives me a snapshot of what's going on my Podio system. So if you found this useful, disagree, give us a comment in YouTube or on the website. Of course, please do hit subscribe on YouTube to be notified for any upcoming videos. Make sure you download and subscribe to the Supercharged podcast so that you can hear from all sorts of people who use Podio. And of course, do us a favor and give us a review, spread the word, spread the love of Citrix Podio. Thanks very much for watching.
Thanks for watching this Supercharged Masterclass with Jordan Samuel Fleming, CEO of Smartphone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel to be notified of new podcast episodes, Podio Masterclasses, and in-depth Podio extension reviews.